Mademoiselle and Sassy Dizia and Chanel and we're gonna be doing another kind of explanation Haitian voodoo story time type situation. This situation kind of happened recently and my mom was just telling me about it. I was like, you know what? Let me share it with you guys because I know this is something that a lot of people ask about or get told or just hear about in passing regarding Haiti. And I was like, you know, this should be interesting. So as you guys see by the title, you should absolutely never, and I repeat, never walk around Haiti by yourself at night. Now, you guys are probably like, well, Yvana, you should never walk anywhere alone at night, especially as a woman, especially when you're black. I'm from the hood. I ain't scared of shit. I keep my machete in my trunk. I do what I want. I do as I please. If I die, I die. That's the philosophy I have. Second of all, Haiti is 90+% black. No one's out here scared because they're black in Haiti. There's that. And even if it wasn't the case, I'm very sure Haitians still wouldn't give a fuck. Trust me. Third, I mean, I'm a woman, but not everyone in Haiti is a woman. But there's a reason that people in Haiti do not walk around after dark, especially in certain parts. Now, what's interesting is this is something I've always heard about growing up. I went to Haiti first when I was like maybe 6, 7 years old. I remember the entire experience. I remember literally the smells, the sounds, the music, the people I met, and it's crazy because I didn't think I had such good memory in that aspect because I remember going to Haiti and it was the most beautiful experience and I'm like, shit, I really want to go back. And I know going to school like non-stop was the main reason I didn't go, but then now I'm like, you know what, I could definitely go now. But of course they're like, oh, the country's so bad, and I'm like, I'm literally about to say fuck it, but at the same time, my family in Haiti is low-key, I hate to say it, but they're vultures, and I don't got money to be just giving to people all day, every day when I get over there, so maybe when I get my money up, I'll go visit them, or I'll just go to a resort and call it a day. It depends on how I feel. But nonetheless, one thing I do remember about Haiti is we absolutely never did go out at night, and if we did, we stayed directly in our vicinity. And any time that we would be in the Laku in our vicinity, it was cool vibes, chilling, eating, listening to music, all that. But you would always hear crazy things or see crazy things or see things in the bushes and stuff like that. And it was really scary because you just don't know what would happen, right? You know, what would happen if you're not from this country and something happens to you. And you know, Haiti's such a dangerous country and the kidnapping and see, and that's not even what I'm gonna talk about in this, okay? This is not necessarily what I'm gonna talk about because you guys know this is a voodoo story, so of course it's gonna be voodoo related. Now, when it comes to Haiti, understand that when it's dark outside, that is the Loa's time. This is the Loa time. You are not going to be walking around in Haiti because they said so. If you are walking around in Haiti at night, you will get a warning. It's not gonna be from the police. It's not even gonna be from the people for real. It's gonna be from either a Loa themselves or it's going to be any type of spiritual person in that realm warning you that you need to be in your house because it is not your time. The way Haiti operates, they say that humans, us regular folk, our time's in the daytime. Nighttime, that's daytime. That's when they do their stuff. That's when they celebrate their stuff. Mainly the benevolent stuff. Mainly the evil things. I'm talking about that's when the lugauts come out. That's when the rituals come out. The zombies are made. And I'm talking about the bad things, the negative things. Most voodoo practitioners do their things in the daylight. It doesn't really matter because that's regular practice. But I'm talking about the negative things that happen. Now you guys are like, okay, well, what happens if I go outside anyway? Well, first of all, Haiti don't got street lights. So good luck with that. For the most part, most of Haiti doesn't have street lights. So it's very easy for anything to happen to you. Even if we're not even talking about spiritual, there are people that are probably just gonna take advantage of you because like, yeah, you're out at night, like you're an idiot, the fuck, like, but in a spiritual realm, they will just take whoever is there as a sacrifice and take advantage of them because they did not listen. This has been a long standing thing in Haiti where everybody in Haiti just knows it. It's common knowledge. And the only way you can walk around in Haiti at night is if you have permission from the spiritual realm, so to speak. Now, there's actual names and terms for these things, but I just want to keep it very surface level. I'm going to make different videos about this because it's very hard to explain in English. And I only know a lot of these words in Creole and I'm going to confuse you guys. But long story short, you have to have permission to be out at night. And even at that, that might not even be able to save you because there's some fucked up people out there. And just because one person said you could be out at night doesn't mean that covers you for the whole entire country. And that doesn't mean it covers you for the rest of your days. There's a lot of people that just just don't listen. They want to go to the club, they want to, you know, go out, walk around, do whatever it is that they want to, because they just feel like they should have that right. And to be honest, you do. You're a human being. You can do whatever you want. There's also people out there that are just very ignorant, and they're just like, you know what? My God is on my side. I can do whatever I want. God shall protect me, and nothing wrong is gonna happen to me. Understand, God don't protect you from being stupid. Because if that were the case, no one would die. Because a lot of people died because they was being stupid. Let's be real. Sadly, one of my cousins did pass away about a month ago because of a situation like this. Now, understand, I did not know this cousin personally, never met this cousin. I just know that my cousin passed away, and it was because of this type of situation. And I decided to share just in case any of you guys go to Haiti or know anyone in Haiti that thinks that they could just be night crawling without any permission or any type of protection, because this is a very serious situation. So my cousin apparently was doing night programs. Now, this is a thing that's been going on in Haiti for quite some time now, and honestly, it is problematic, and a lot of the Haitian people do not like it. Now, there's been lots of like Americans and people in the United Nations and other countries that have gone to Haiti to help, and many of them have set up various programs in the country, and a lot of these programs are geared towards kids, and they're really fun programs. They're programs that usually help with either homework. Some of them are community based, like they have dancing, singing, acting. Some of them are just academic. Some of them are sports, whatever the case may be, but some of them do get out a little late, okay? And some kids choose to do them back to back. They'll go to one over here in the Ville, the other one down in the town, the other one up over there. Like, they be all around the place, because a lot of Haitian kids, there's not much to do. Like, there's not a lot to do in Haiti at all. So a lot of these kids do fill their days up with these programs. Now, the thing is with my cousin, this cousin happens to be Christian. They go to like a Baptist church or whatever. They were always out, okay? And my cousin, I think my cousin was like 20, if I'm 27, because I had to be like 21 or whatever. So my cousin would always be out with their friends or whatever. It was about 3 of them at this point. They would go to these programs, and then they would go to the club and stuff like that. And this is the thing, you're probably thinking, okay, so if someone wants to go to the club, how do they do that? That's the thing. You gotta make sure you're home at a certain time. It's not like all the night is for them, but a certain time at night you have to be home. I'm not sure exactly what the time is, but like, you gotta be home at that certain time. Like, literally, like, if you're not home at that certain time, you really might be in some shit. He got warned numerous times about being out at night. Someone from the spiritual realm told my cousin specifically, look, why are you out here at this time? And he's like, oh, well, you know, we're coming from a program. He's like, don't be outside again. Don't be outside at this time again. Don't let me catch you outside at this time again. Went about his business. And this happened numerous occasions. By the 3rd time they told my cousin, what did we tell you about being outside? And I'm not talking about like, this was like literally like 8 o'clock and it was just dark outside. Like, at this point, my cousin was out and it was like 3:30 in the morning type shit. And they're like, why are you here? Did we not tell you, like, Puki Saudeo, do Pavineo? And he was outside. Now it gets to a point where he starts cursing out the spiritual person. Understand, one thing you never want to do is curse out somebody who does benevolent voodoo. Someone that does voodoo for bad. You never want to do anything like that. Like, it never occurs to me. I don't give a fuck what you believe in. I don't care if you think voodoo's real or not. But there's some things, okay? There's some things that you just don't do. And that's curse people out at night when you can't see. And that's also cursing people out that you know do black magic. So my cousin proceeds to curse this person out, tells them that they got God on their side, that they're a Christian, their voodoo shit can't touch them, they could walk around Haiti as they please. As you guys can imagine, this did not end well. This person honestly just walked off, didn't even engage in an argument with my cousin. And literally, by the time my cousin got back to the family house, he was deaf, could not speak, and he was sick and deteriorating sick. Like, literally by the hour, he was just getting worse and worse. He had been struck with a horrible fever. He could not speak, he could not hear, he could not drink, he could not eat. It was bad. He had diarrhea. Okay, he just got ridiculously sick. Then his friends followed suit. They got ridiculously sick. Of course, they tried to bring them to doctors, but the doctors were looking at them like, let me guess, was he out at night? And they were like, yeah. And they're like, yeah, there's nothing we can do here. So they had to bring him to an Ogon. The Ogon tried everything to save his life, but he died like literally within a day or 2. This is a true story. My cousin really did just die. Like, this is a really true story. And I'm just like, I don't understand why the hell you would would go and curse out the guy. Like, why would you curse out the person that's literally trying to help you and tell you to stay home? I understand we want to have a hot boy summer or whatever, but yeah, just stay home at dark or get home earlier. It's not that difficult, especially when they gave you like 3 warnings and your response is, oh, well, my God is on my side. Your voodoo can't affect me. Yeah, I guarantee you he took that back. He never recovered. From what I understand, his body got swollen. Like, he's practically unrecognizable. Doctors were never able to determine what exactly he had. And the other 2 are in the hospital fighting for their lives with an Ogon present trying to work their magic, trying to bring them back to some sense of normality. As you guys can see here, this is a very, very crazy situation. And it does happen. It happens all the time. I'm very sure any Haitians watching this video, y'all probably got stories, because this is something that happens to people all the time. You should never be walking around Haiti by yourself. If you're giving a warning and you do not heed the warning, something is going to be done to you. It's just really sad that he had to lose his life because he chose to be ignorant and didn't want to stay inside or go home at a timely manner and wanted to disrespect someone. And from what I understand, this person was also an elder. The person that was trying to advise them, like, they were elder. Like, so you out here cursing out somebody that's like freaking like 60, 70 years old, like, for what? I would never. Another story happened when I was in Haiti. Now, this situation, I think I will never forget, because a lot of the people in my family are legitimately neglectful. Like, I feel like it's just part of my family tree. And I hope when I have kids, I'm not a neglectful parent, because I just don't understand. So I have a particular family member. I don't know if she's not an aunt. She's a distant cousin as well. She had brought 2 little girls to Haiti. The kids were young. Now, this is another thing. You don't bring babies to Haiti. And that could be a whole nother video and a whole nother story time session in itself. Babies die in Haiti all the time, especially when they're coming from other countries, because Lugauls eat them. Yes, shapeshifters eat babies because they are condemned for life for being ancient voodoo practitioners, and their punishment is to have to seek human baby blood in order to survive. So lots of people sit there and they kill babies. And you guys are like, Yvana, listen, I'm not laughing, because this is very true. So for the most part, most people do not bring kids to Haiti under the age of 3. And 3 is still way too young. This is why when I went to Haiti, I was already 6, 7, and people were already like, nope, don't bring her. So my family member decided to bring 2 kids. Now I'm just gonna say aunt to make things easier, even though I don't think that's my aunt. I really think it's just a cousin. But anyway, my aunt brought her 2 kids, and the kids were fairly young. I believe one was like 3, the other one had to be like 5. And the kids were playing around. Everything was fine and dandy. Everybody's, chilling. But, it started to get dark. Mind you, this is while I was in Haiti too. I was in Haiti. My aunt was there. The kids were there. Like, it was like kind of like, I'm not gonna say it was a family reunion, but just a lot of my family members happened to be in Haiti at the same time visiting from the States. Now, these kids were like really quiet. I don't really remember them being problematic, to be honest with you. But her mom, like the mom, my aunt or whatever, was not watching those kids at all. Those kids was living la vida loca. They was running wild. They didn't give no fucks about anything. They didn't care about their surroundings, and how could they? They're 3 and 5. It's up to the adult that took them to this country to watch them, aka their mother. So me being me, okay, the little inquisitive child that I was 6, 7, I'm sitting there and I'm playing with the kids, and I realized that the 2 little girls ain't there. And by this time, it's nightfall. I'm like, oh, it's like 9 o'clock. Where the kids at? And people are not listening to me, because clearly they're like, they're lit, they eating, they drinking, hard, and I'm just like, Kote Munyo. My Creole was horrible. Y'all think my Creole bad now? It was worse back in the day. I was like, Kote Munyo. Woo! Listen, I don't give a fuck. At least I was trying to speak Creole. I was born in America, and I was trying to speak Creole at my little 6 and 7. All right. And my parents was like, what are you talking about? Timunyo. And I said their names. I was like, blah 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 and blah blah blah. And they were like, Yupadeo. I was like, no, Timunyo. Ciao. They're sitting there and they're like, they're trying to like, because there's lots of kids in my family. There's lots of kids in the Laco. Everybody's playing and running. It's like a lot going on. So they're like, what kids is Yvana talking about? So then my mom goes to my aunt and she's like, hey, such and such, Kotimunyo, where's the kids at? Why everybody starts screaming, yelling, going crazy? Oh, Kotimunyo, why Kotimunyo? What Kotimunyo? yeah, maybe if you guys listened to me like an hour ago, the kids wouldn't be lost. I've been right since I was like 6. But anyway, so now everybody's going crazy. They're crying. They calling the Haitian police. I didn't even know there was Haitian police, but there's Haitian police, okay? They calling the Haitian police because they don't seem to do their job any other time. Oh no, this time they pulled up. Okay, they're like, what? We have a missing child. So now everybody's hands on deck trying to find these kids. I'm a kid myself, so I ain't trying to find nothing. I mean, I'm trying. I'm looking under pillows. I don't know. I'm a kid. I'm looking under the bed. I'm looking like here and there, like, damn, where are these kids at? Bro, these kids is nowhere to Laku, bro. They're not, they're out. They outside, okay? They was having hot girl summer before hot girl summer existed. Hot girl, toddler girl summer, whatever. That's what they was having, okay? Bro, at this point, it's like 10:30 and people is getting nervous, okay? You know what makes it worse? My aunt is calm. Where, the kids, they're here. Where else would they be? Your kids are missing in Haiti. At night. Some people get on my goddamn nerves. So she's calm about this. And everybody's mad at her because the fuck, like, did you just want to kill your kids? Just say you wanted to kill a kid. Just say you don't want your kids. Because I'm confused. Bro, I kid you not, they probably searched for a good 3 hours. They could not find it. Like, it was actually getting real scary because now they're thinking, oh, Lugao ate the kid, or Lugao kidnapped the kid. Long story short, one of the kids, the oldest one, had popped up. And now they're like asking the kid, like, oh my God, where's your younger sister? What's going on? Da, da, da. And she's like, I don't know. We were playing him and she disappeared. And I'm just sitting there like, come to find y'all, these kids been missing all day, bro. That's crazy. I noticed like at like 9-ish, like it was dark by the time I noticed. These kids apparently was missing all day type shit, like since like 6 o'clock. And we now been like, what? So I'm just sitting here like, wait. So where were you? Bro, the little girl started describing how she was like at a voodoo. What she described, she didn't say voodoo because she's 5. She said she was at like some shit. She basically described like a mosh pit, but clearly it was like a voodoo ceremony. She said there was groups of people sitting around a fire. And then in the middle, they had dying animals. I was just like, now understand, whether we're talking about black magic or just regular practice, animal sacrifices are normal for Haitian voodoo, but we talk about nighttime, missing kids. The kids was missing since fucking 6 o'clock. And now the girl, the one, came back talking about some, yeah, she saw fire, she saw dying freaking animals in the middle, something basically describing hell type shit. I mean, she's 5. So she's describing it the best she can, and like I'm recalling it the best I can because I was like young. We were like close to the same age. And basically what she was describing was low-key scary. She wasn't scared though. I don't know why, but she got scared because people were like screaming at her like, where's your sister? Where's your sister? Bro, she's sitting there, she's saying she don't know. At this point she started crying. Everybody starts crying. They think they ate the damn girl, or they use the girl as a human sacrifice, which usually doesn't happen, but in sinister cases it does happen. So now everybody's like, so at that point, that's when the mom starts getting shocked and scared and acting like she fucking gave a fuck about the fact that her kids been missing. Where the fuck were you a couple hours ago when this shit just happened? Like, earth to fucking mom. Why is this like now something that you're taking seriously? Now granted, I will say the Laku was huge. Okay, our like plot was big. The kid really could have went anywhere in our plot, but it's terrifying to think that the kid got out of the plot, was missing since like what, 6 o'clock. That's the last time anyone saw those kids. And now it's like what, 11, about to be 12. When that clock strikes 12, that's when you extra really super duper gotta be careful. So everybody's just sitting there like, bro, this is fucking nuts. Like, this is really fucking nuts. So now at this point, the little girl, she's like, oh yeah, she's we don't know where she is. She's out for the count. She don't know what to do. She's crying. She's practically having a panic attack. And eventually they find the little girl like stuck in a porta potty. Now I don't know, I wouldn't know how it works now, but back in the day, Haiti, they had outhouses. I'm sure they probably still do, right? A lot of houses don't have indoor plumbing, you know. The kid was in the bottom of an outhouse. Like, you know where the toilets be? Like where you do your business? The kid was in it at the bottom, hiding in a whole nother plot, like literally in someone's like miles. Like I'm talking about like maybe 6, 7. Like they had to drive to go find this kid. I don't know how they found her. Never asked for the details, but she was hiding in an outhouse in the little thing. This little girl, she was 3, so she was still fairly little. But I'm just trying to understand how she sat there and poo and pee and bugs and ooh child. You know how scared you have to be? You know how terrified you have to be to run to an outhouse to sit in caca? She wasn't yelling, she wasn't making any noise, she was just sitting there. They would have never found that girl. I have no idea. They never explained to me how they figured out she was in there. She was traumatized. I know she ain't speak the duration I was there, because I was in Haiti for like maybe a month. They probably stayed for maybe a week or two. She ain't speak the rest of her trip. From what I heard, when she got home, she didn't speak. She was scared mute, bro. I would love to find her, because I know, I mean, she's considered a cousin, but I don't remember her vividly enough to find her and ask her. But to be quite honest with you, she probably doesn't remember. She was only 3. Like, that's a very distant memory. Judging from what the 5-year-old described, they were probably trying to do something to those children. And understand, even though the Haitian voodoo religion in itself is not necessarily an evil religion, people do bad things. Just like bad Christians do bad things. Bad Muslims do bad things. Bad whatever the case, do bad things. This is not, all of Haiti is horrible at night. I'm not saying that. But understand, nighttime is for the crazy shit. Okay? It's for the crazy shit. It's for the law. Do not be walking around Haiti at night, because it's not safe. Watch your kids. If you're gonna bring your kids to Haiti, don't bring your kids to Haiti. But if you're gonna bring your kids to Haiti, again, don't bring your kids to Haiti. If you're gonna bring your kids to Haiti, watch them. If you have a kid in Haiti, make sure you well verse them. Yeah, you may have God, but sometimes God is not gonna help you. When you choose to be a dumbass, when you choose to disrespect people, when you choose to catch an attitude, when you choose to act like God is your shield against blatant disrespect, yeah, it doesn't work like that. Make sure you educate your children. With that being said, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, do all that. Comment down below what are your stories, because I'm very sure a lot of you may have similar stories to at least the first one that I told. With that being said, make sure you guys follow my other 2 channels. Yes, I have other channels. You're bound to find something somewhere that you like if you don't like this one. Like, share, subscribe, do all that. I'ma see y'all next time. Bye.